everyone, welcome to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today I'm going to start off with a bit of good news. Finally found my hat. How good. Let's keep on my head. Nice and toasty today, because although it's not particularly cold, it's got a bit of a chilly breeze. So nice warm airs today. Keeping my head nice and toasty while we're out here in the garden. Anyway, what we're going to be doing, not going to be working on one single tree. I'm going to be working on these lovely beauties. So these are all cuttings over the last, I don't know, 1 and 2 years maybe. And as you can see, nice little range of them. So I've got Chinese privet over here, a couple of elms. I've got a Japanese holly. Over in the back here I've got an ilex, and that is like a boxwood. Over here we don't use boxwoods anymore, we use the ilex. It's very similar. The only difference is the ilex over here, caterpillars love to destroy them, they love to eat them. We replace them instead of the boxwoods because the boxwoods tend to die out because of infection. We have a nasty infectious disease over here that kills them off, so we've replaced all our boxwoods with the ilex, or ilex, however you like to pronounce it. As I say, the only downside to that is caterpillars tend to destroy them over in the spring and summer as they come out for the cocoons. They love to destroy them by munching on them. If you can keep them away from caterpillars, great trees, even better bonsai. So got a little one over here. We're going to be doing a bit of trimming up on all of these today. Nothing major in terms of wiring or anything like that. I'm just going to give them a nice little prune, ready for some more growth in the spring. What else have we got? Hawthorn. Anything else I can see in there? Oh, I know, small cotoneaster. So as I say, nice little trim up today on all of these trees. Get them ready for growth this year. No wiring. I might come back to that later on in the spring as growth develops, because some of these probably could be turned, as this one looks, could go into a cascade, so we could do some wiring on that later on. But just today we're just going to do some little pruning work just to get them into some manageable shape, because we're on top of everything this year. But it's winter, ready to go into the spring. That is my aim for this year, and that's exactly how my work is going. I'm on, what's that word? Or what's that saying? I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway, we're on plan. I can't get my words out again. I'm planning to perfection this year. Everything's going swimmingly. Everything's planned in. I've got it all going. All my pruning's nearly finished, ready for my root work in the next couple of weeks. Can't wait for that. Oh, you're excited. So we're just going to get these ones done. I'm just going to go in tree by tree. Let's get in a little bit of root work. Some of it won't be root work. No, I'm not. I'm going to get in some branch work, trim it out, tree by tree, get rid of some of the gangly bits and some of the bits that not needed to be used. Just get it set, ready to go. So hopefully not too much of a long video. Let's get into it. Just before I start, I will give you a quick flyover. So as you can see, they are, some of them, or at least they are, just sticks in pots with some twigs just going everywhere. So that one at the back, cotoneaster, Chinese elm. This is the ilex, or ilex, I was just saying. So these are in replace of the boxwood. You can see that the growth, the bark is just quite similar. So the trees and leaves are very similar to the boxwood. So that's what we do and how we use them over in the UK. Same, hedging trees. A nice Chinese elm here. So this one could potentially be a cascade later on, or we can grow it up. We'll make a decision as we get into it. This one here, another Chinese elm. This is also lending itself nicely to another cascade. We'll probably get some wire on it later on in the spring/summer. I'm just going to get a prune up. I've got another Chinese elm here as well that we need to get working on, and I've got this lovely Chinese privet that's just going everywhere and he's working on. And then, as I say, got this nice hawthorn with really sharp, let's get focusing, some really sharp thorns there, hence why it's called a hawthorn. The last one I worked on, forgot that I had thorns on, stabbed myself quite several times. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get working on these, give them a bit of a trim. Oh, I've got a Japanese holly in there as well, check that out. These are pretty easy to grow. Give them a little trim, cut some off, stick them in a pot, ding dang do, ready to grow. So to begin with, I'm going to start with these 3 little Chinese elms we've got. I think this is the most developed one we've got, and as you can see, lovely jubbly. Like these ones are only just done this year, as in 2024, I believe. And I'll start with this one. So for this one, as you can see, it grows up and then it comes off for the first branch, goes up and then comes off across. Now, making decisions is going to be easy. Just going to come and take this one off here. I'm not going to do anything too disastrous. And then I've got this branch here. It goes up just here. I'm going to use this as my leader, but I'm going to cut it off at that bud. Again, I need to sharpen those. So let's come in, take that off there. Let's bring this. My God, I need to sharpen my scissors as well. Take that there. Bring this around so you can see. And I'm going to just remove that at the base. Just like that. Gives me the new leader. Brings this as the new leader all the way up here. Basically a new stick in a pot. We've got a nice thick base. Comes off. In fact, I tell you what, let's remove it completely and have just there. I really do need a new pair of these snips. They're terrible. Right, I'll have to get on the old interwebs and buy myself a new set of them as soon as I finish the video. Right, so that one's nice and easy. We've just left that as a leader. We're going to let that grow this year, let it develop, so that'll push continual upwards. I don't want any more low branches. I'm just going to let that one build up. So I'm just going to put that one to the side. I'll come over to this one. This one here, if I bring you in, this section here died off. So let's remove the dead bit. Again, these snips are not very good. We've got this section here which is trying to lead, but everything is curling back on itself. So let's get the snips and let's make a decision. Which leader shall we have? Let's take that one out, take this one off completely. Let's have that as the leader. We'll take it up, goes up. I've got a board right at the top here. Bring you in, you can just see it there. That will be the new leader. So as you can see all the way around. Let's see if I can make a flush cut here. There we go. That's my nice new little tree. It's got some bend in it as well. Put that one to the side here. So that's 2 for 2 Chinese elms. This Chinese elm, I've actually got, well, I did have, that's a snap branch off my holly. I've actually got my branches filing everywhere. So by the looks of it, this might be a twin. Is it a twin trunk? Yeah, going further down, this is a twin trunk. So let's just put all the soil around the bottom of it. So this is a twin trunk. So again, I'm just going to come down. I'm going to bring this all into shape. Just bring it into nice easy chops on this side. This section, I'm just going to bring down. I'm just going to lower that. There we go. Nice and easy, lovely jubbly, jobs are good one, as they do say. In fact, you know what? No, I'll just leave that like that for now. So that's the 3 Chinese elms, already started, already finished. Let's move on to the next one. What should we do? In fact, we'll just have a look at the Cotoneaster. Next 3 trees to go. We have got a Cotoneaster here. This comes up. Again, they're only small trees, so we've got it coming up. First branch, I'm just going to take it back to there. It's this one. I'll bring it down to here and I'll move this one to there. Trimmed up, as you can see, nicely. Let's move on to the next one. Little Japanese holly. We want to take out the middle section. Any dead sections in there as well you want to take out. Got a little branch coming off here. We'll leave that. I've got a branch underneath for time being that can stay. Just going to take that top section there so it goes off to the side. Just going to bring this back a little bit. fact, I'll bring that back a little bit more. It's going off a bit wild too far, and the same for that section. In fact, let's bring this whole section back, take it off. Don't like how long and leggy that's getting. But there we go. So we've got a little helix, or ilex as I keep saying. Not 100% sure how to pronounce these, but this is a nice little tree coming along as well. So let's come in here. First things first, I'm just going to take out the branches that are going upwards. I've got one there as well. I've got one right in the middle. Oh, I've got another one here. Take a look around the tree, see if we've got any others that are going just upwards. Quick scout around. Everything else looks pretty fine. I'm just going to pop that there, give you a downward view. Okay, that looks good. Now, I'm going to say that's the front because we've got a nice view of the trunk. So first thing, let's come and do some directional pruning. So I'm going to bring this back to here, to a leaf that comes out. We've got first 2 branches which are obviously what we call not ladder branches, sorry, bar branches, because they're on opposite sides of each other. I've got a lot on this side and not much on this side, but I've also got a branch further up on the right here, so I'm going to take this one out, leave this one to develop, and then I'll develop the one on the right above it, which obviously makes the most sense. So let's take that one off. In fact, I'm going to take this one off as well, give me more viewing of the whole trunk. So we'll develop this one off. We can wire these ones out in the summer or spring, bring them down a little bit. Same for this. And if we do that, we are just going to need to take some of this length out all the way around. Just going to do the same up here. Take some of the length off. This branch here is interfering. I've got a nice branch just here. Bring this one back a little bit. Just clear that out a little bit. Branch at the back is interfering. Let's take that one out. I hope you can see. Just clear these off a little bit. Now if we bring them down, I'll bring that down a little bit. That could get in the way, but we'll have a look later on. That could possibly end up getting in the way. We need to bring that down. I'm going to bring that as a new leader as well. So we're going to bring those down to here. That will come down. That could possibly get lost later on, and we develop that one. If that's coming down, we might not need that one, but for the time being we'll leave it. That one there will go down as well. That will develop downwards. That'll do. Nice little trim. Just need to get a bit of wire on that. Come spring, that's the next tree sorted. Let's move on. Let's have a look at this hawthorn we've got. Got some nice movement in the trunk down at the bottom. Got some nice shape. Got plenty of branches we can work with. One thing I do need to make a decision on is that I've got a snap branch here. So we need to make a decision on this. I've got some swelling at the top here. Got a nice big growth at the top. We've had a chop here previously. I think what we could do again is go for another chop just here. We'll have this as our leader. Makes good sense. Throw a bit of cut paste on that. Got a bud there. Bring that as the leader. We'll just nip that off there. Where's these buds? Got a bud there and there. In fact, they'll go back a little bit more, keep it in line with everything else. Nice easy decisions. There we go. Just gonna throw a bit of cut paste on that in a second. Let's get on to another tree. That'll be a nice one. Ah, this Chinese elm is pretty cool. It's got a nice trunk movement towards the base. Look at this. If I just move that in the way. Nice bit of movement. Comes up, goes across. I've got this nice branch. Could come across depending on how we play it. And then we've got this one here. I'm probably going to lose this section here, I think. Go with this one. Go upwards. So let's come in and lose that. It's got a bit of swelling and it's too close to the trunk. We have to lose that section. It's going to continue to swell at the base of the trunk here. Let's bring this back to here. This goes out quite far. Let's bring it back to here. Got an outward facing bud. We'll do the same to this one here. Outward facing branch. Let's lose the inside one there. Got a little sneaky branch heading upwards. Let's take that out. Pull that back in. Take these branches going up. In fact, we could always move that into position going outwards, and that one. We'll leave that for the time being. Nice positional play. We'll do that. Now this one, I like the way it sort of moves itself back in position. We've got plenty of flexibility in it, so we could move it back with a bit of wire into place up here, which means if I did something like that, I don't want to lose too much of the branching. So I am going to bring this around here and I'm going to take a little bit of length off this. So let's come and take this off here. Lose that section. Snip some of these branches back, they are too long. Just take these ones close to the close to the snuggy bit of the branch, the armpit. It's going to grow swelling, and we've got too much growing in to the trunk line, so we need to take that out, clear that as much as possible. So we've got a nice branch here on the left, got one on the right, so we need to take this one off. It is just too close, so we've got left then right. Now again, if we bring that up a little bit, somewhat there, gives us a nice sweeping tree, or we can just bring it up. We've got plenty of branches we can work with later on down the line. We'll just make a decision. I will, however, take the top off, use that. I'll use that as my leader there, which means I've got a bit just here in the armpit. Same here, I need to take out. I don't want to develop any swelling. I've got a leaf there, let's take that one out. Spin this around this way, let's have a look. Let's straighten this whole tree up and do the same again. Leaves in this armpit here and in here. We've got them in here as well. Take them out. Okay, that'll do us for the time being. Gives us an option. We could just have it as a formal upright, put a bit of movement in it, cascade it. The options are there. So the way I've styled it, I've got plenty of options now. So if we cascade it, we can grow something off this section here. We've got plenty of options. We'll have a look at the repot when we come to spring, see what the roots are looking like before I make a final decision on how I want it to look. So let's move on to our next tree. Now, speaking about cascades, this one lends itself lovely to a cascade, so let me just move you out a little bit so you can see. So look at this one. Bit of wire. If I shape this one, this will cascade nicely. Look at that. It's got very flexible trunk line on it, as you can see. Bit of wire on that, that'll cascade really nicely. So I'll move back in and we'll get some work done onto this. Let's position you. So again, all I'm going to do on this is just give it a slight trim back. We've got a section up here. We can have this as the leader. I'm just going to... So it's very long, as you can see. All we'd need to do with a bit of wire on that is just position it so, just up there, which means somewhere up here would be my leader. So I'm not going to bring it all the way back, but I'm just going to give it a nice trim, just there, just to promote a little bit of back growth. So just pulling them ends off will push growth down this section. So when I wire it up, I should get a flush of growth nicely down there. All these other sections down here, again, can be utilised. I've got growth. If I just move that, I've got growth coming from the bottom. I'm going to take that section off here. It's too close to the bottom if we're using it as a cascade, which I'm definitely going to be doing. So I don't want any of these sections. I want a nice, big, bent out trunk, and then I'm going to utilise this. And then I'm going to start off here using all the rest of the tree. Coming up here, I've got a little bit of a dead stub. I want to take that out. And then I've got branches here, there, and slightly everywhere. Got this one coming off, so left, right, got one going up. I'm going to take this one off, even though it is the longer one. No, I'm not going to take that one off. I'll come down, move this over slightly. I'm going to move it back a little bit so you can see the whole tree. In fact, let me just move the camera. There we go. Now you can see the end. The end spins off a little bit and goes up. So if I prune that to that leaf, and take that to that bud, bring these back, got these growing backwards on themselves. I don't want that. I don't want anything growing backwards, so I need to take all those going backwards off completely. Just snipping the ends back. Looks like the growth itself is dying off towards the end of the branch. So I'm just going to take it off to some healthy growth. Allow it to put its vigour into the main part of the tree. By taking the end bud off as well, it forces the growth back into the tree, which is always good. It's what we want. Got to take out these buds that are not going to be utilised. Pointless putting the energy where it doesn't need it. Just need to give that a bit of wire, get it a bit of shape. We'll do that in the spring. Nice cascading Chinese elm, another one. I think that's 2 or 3 I've got now. Just naturally growing themselves. Great, just threw my soil everywhere. But yeah, that's another one. As I say, naturally developed that way on its own. I have not intervened. I am going to intervene by putting a bit more wire on it and helping it on its way. Chinese privet, another one. Take that off. This is growing lovely. Really proud of this one. All I did was stick it in a pot and let it do its thing. I've not been messing about with this one. It's funny how certain trees just, if you leave them do the thing, how fantastic they turn out. Just pull everything back, let them do their own thing, and they'll quite happily get on like they do in nature. No, I don't have to mess about with them sometimes. Fantastic. Should have put this on. The only issue is I'm desperate for a repot. Look at all them roots. I'm desperate for a pot as well. So let's put it on that. Let's give it a bit of a spin. Don't know if we even need this one. Let's have a look. That's going to be me. I think that is me front, because I like to see right between. So this one might even go, but for time being, I'll lose that. Bring that back. Bring it to a pair. Bring it to a pair. Pair of leaves. 2 pair. 2 pair. I've got what used to be a leader in the middle. Unfortunately, that's died off, which means that split on the top. Need to develop another leader, I think. Just cut everything back to a pair of leaves. I like that. My only concern is maybe this branch at the back is probably a bit too far out. It could be just far enough, considering it's in a small pot, and once we get it in a bigger pot it's going to shoot out and develop further. But it's got a basic shape in it, and again, I haven't done anything with it. I've just let the tree do its own thing. I'm quite happy with how it's developed so far. Take that out. It's in its way. Lovely. Just bring everything back. Bring that growth tighter. That's it. That's all I need to do. Yeah, I'm going to bring this in. I don't like how long it is. I don't even like that. I'm going to lose it completely. Do I even like the height of that? I might even bring it back further. Nah, for the time being I'll just leave it as is. I like where it's going. There we go, I'm finished messing about a bit. I need a repot. The next one is another Chinese elm, and I'm finishing off with my last one, and it's this one here. This one is nice and easy. You can already see the shape of the tree. It's got a nice bend in it, nice curve. I do need to bring it back somewhere here though. That's going to be the leader, just there. Too far out otherwise. Let's just see. I might even feel like the tree goes too far back on one. Like, I don't like how it goes all the way. Do I need to bring the leader back here? Do I need a bigger cut? What about here? Yep. There we go. Gonna have to do it. Too far back. That one's got to go there. Saying that, we could do this. No, I'm going to stick with that decision I've just made. There we go. Let's get rid of that one. I'll try and compete for the leader otherwise. Right, that was a big cut, wasn't it? Look at that. Right, that's them all cut up. Let's see what we've done. So everything is trimmed up. So some of them do just look like sticks in pots again. I have to just put some paste on that one. But as you can see, everything else is down there. So the holly, the cotoneaster, the couple of elms. The bigger ones that are done are these ones. So the Chinese elms are just here. So this is the one we need to put some wire on. Got the little Chinese elm, we just, well, butchered most of it. Chinese privet, this one's going to be quite cool come spring. We'll repot that and then get it in a nice bigger pot, let it do some growth. I'll put a load of flush of growth on really fast. And then we've got the potential, well, it is not potential, it's definitely going to be a cascade. That'll do really well. And then, as I say, we've got possibly cascade in that one, or maybe not too sure yet. But anyway, these are going to be doing really well. So these are all trimmed up and they should do really well come spring. I'm expecting a nice big flush of growth in all of them, and some of them, well, most of them, at least the bigger ones, we'll be getting some repotting done, and we'll get them into some bigger pots and we'll get some bigger growth. So yes, they'll do all right. Anyway, if you want to see these progress, please do follow the channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe to do that, and the notification bell, and you'll be notified when the channel goes live. Ding ding and all that. And don't forget to like the video. Yeah, it's very important. Gets me out there to new faces and we can grow the channel together. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and have a nice day, everyone.